As our final discussion about null hypothesis testing, I want to take a moment to talk about practical versus statistical significance. Take a moment and consider what the word significant means to you. Most of you probably came up with something like meaningful, big, important. And that's the way this is used every day, in the vernacular, the way that most people talk. However, in statistics, it has a very specific meaning. All it means is that the difference is greater than we would have expected by chance. Now, do all statistically significant results matter? Let's take a moment and consider a test prep program that has promised to significantly improve scores. Should you take it? If the stats show that this program definitely improves scores, is it worth your effort to take the class? Well, what if it costs $3,000? How much would it have to improve your scores in order to make it worth that $3,000, even if that difference is statistically significant? What if that score only is improved by 1 point out of 1,600? That makes it even less likely that this is going to be a worthwhile thing to study. However, this means that even if the means of two distribution differ, it may not matter in the long run. So I want you to consider in the power demo, setting the standard deviation to 5, the difference to 2, and the n to 1, like the example I have here. We can consider this something like the distribution of heights of men and women. So in blue we may have the heights of men, in red we may have the heights of women. Because our sample size is 1, what we're showing is the population distribution. Note how much of this distribution overlaps. Through a good chunk of it, there's not much of a difference. But what if we were to ramp that sample size all the way up to 100? Now we see a clear statistically significant difference between these two peaks. The means are definitely different. However, just because the means are different doesn't mean it's important or that the difference matters for what you are interested in. If heights are only different by an average of 2 inches, it may not matter very much, and that's something to consider both when designing and when analyzing a study. Always ask how big the effect size is.